Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of House of the Dragon, Season 2. This is Episode 7. We are awaiting
events. We're awaiting events. We've had 2 episodes that were somewhat event-free. While they didn't suck, they may have gone a bit too long doing nothing. We can never say that season 2 is as good as season 1 anymore, no matter how good this episode is. We have not seen, and this is, while it's understandable, hi Josh, and hello Radioactive. I want to say hello to everybody watching on both channels on the Bill and Teague's Excellent Adventure Network. Yay! And we're taking suggestions on what bad show you guys want us to start watching on Tuesdays, because it seems like there's an appetite for us to suffer. So we're going to try to come up with something. I don't know.
Josh, are you tending to have shots fired? Well, I'm going to put you on your own alkalite world there, Josh. You ain't getting that time back, because I ain't getting that time back either.
We're alkalite holics. What can I tell you?
That show was the absolute worst of the worst
until the
next worst of the worst.
And the explanations since the show ended about why people were doing what. I don't care how you cut it up, man. Master Saul, Squid Game guy, is by far the most deeply tragic figure in the entire Star Wars universe to this point. Far more tragic than Uncle Owen and Aunt Beru. Far more tragic than Padme. No one destroyed by the child that he rescued. I guess Sea Smoke having burned Knight doesn't count. You know what, Josh? In that regard, Bill and I agreed that was a really funny joke that really worked, and we appreciated that. The thing is, yes. It marked time in the story well, but it didn't advance the story. At the same time, no one's going to say we're insulted by it or it shouldn't have happened or what. It was an attempt to do good pacing. We said the guy getting burned to death by the dragon was hilarious. It was hilarious. It was supposed to be funny, and it was. So good on them for actually showing. Jedi Master Jimmy Walker implores you to pronounce it correctly. Yeah. It's light. Okay, Sea Smoke. Sea Smoke burning that guy was really, really cool. And Jedi Bill and I agreed it was funny. But then we also saw that the sign that it was a bit
the YouTuber formerly known as
my buddy Bill and I, one thing we also agreed on, and we don't mind this kind of stuff. We go to another site where we in private, we don't watch this stuff together, but I mean we both use Pornhub. We like girl on girl action, but we're smart enough to assess a show and be like, it's gratuitous. That was they kissed just because they weren't not kissing. And it was the same thing as it's evil because he's bad, and the same thing as it makes sense. You just don't understand it. When something just burning the night was fun and funny, and some money was expended, and it was just pure comedy, and it also showed the power of the dragon. It in no way subverted the story, and it supported things like that. You need to have a proper 5G connection, and that guy was we learned 2 things. One, the dragon starts doing a 23andMe on you as you approach it. It's 15% Stark, slightly acceptable, right? 15% Targaryen might be a match. And it's the dragon's thinking about it. And while the dragon's thinking about it, you need to, apparently, if this is a through line, or at least this might be a through line, we'll see tonight. I'll be interested to see how Sea Smoke takes the his new rider, because Sea Smoke wants, what we were told is Sea Smoke wanted someone else, but it seems like if Sea Smoke only figured out that he definitely wants someone else because he couldn't feel the 5G connection with this guy, or because the 5G connection wasn't that good, and when the guy strode towards him resolutely and then stopped for a moment, that kind of was dropping your iPhone. It was you don't have the responsibility to ride me, and it just torched him. when you're smoking some of
Yeah,
that Aegon, the
right.
crispy sea smoke fried night on that show's characters. Wait. Aegon the Crispy is yes. Aegon the Iron Maiden shirt is still out there, and because he's
Aegon
got
the Burned.
Aegon the Burned is similar to a Tolkien character who gets captured in the Silmarillion by by Morgoth and chained to the Morgoth's tower, and he gets horribly scarred and disfigured, and they rescue him, and he's always a mess again. Or maybe Morgoth lets him go, but he's, even though he's an elf, he can't fully heal because he's been too messed up by the evil power of Morgoth. And I think that's the deal here. Is it Velaeus, the name of the dragon that Aegon rides? Right?
Yeah.
Help. That dragon is super big and super powerful and absolutely top dog in this world. It has absolutely no regard for these.
Vagar. Yeah.
Vagar, sorry. Velaeus may have been Queen Rhaenyra's dragon. I appreciated that he was, being told that like maybe it was time to get his shit together. And I guess maybe we're going for a more empowered version of Bryn the Broken this time, because maybe he maybe the deal is he overcomes the alcoholism.
Bran the Broken.
Sorry, Bran the Broken. When you've only seen it in print, I've only ever seen it written, so I think it's spelled with a Y, but like whatever. Bran the Broken, which is like, wow, like they get that ending. Maybe it's best to say what's best for everyone is everyone. Like, fuck you anarchist. But this show, like, I guess all we can say is, as we set up for episode 7, it would be nice to have a little more going on. I'd like to see Aegon either he's going to knuckle under or he's going to get on top of the alcohol abuse. What do you think?
He'll definitely be drinking some wine and ale.
You think what about the like milk of magnesia that they give him to calm the pain of the dragon burns?
The milk of the poppy.
Right, yeah, he's got some kind of.
He'll be easily 3 sheets to the wind.
Do you think that figured into why his dragon sucked at fighting too? It was like drunk like him. Like, does a 5G connection like convey sort of your state of mind too? Like
that dragon just not trained properly in battle.
Wasn't right. He didn't use the right language.
Maybe it's just not as mean as some other dragons are.
Brand as radioactive. Yes. I'm sorry. I didn't watch Game of Thrones.
He trained his dragon poorly. He trained this dragon poorly.
And he never learned how to speak much High Valyrian. And the show is unable to bring us. No one, like, the show will not insult us for having someone come outside and being like, the King's High Valyrian needs a touch of adjustment. At the same time, like, the show is having him speak it. So it's not really translated all the time. So I guess what we're going to get from it is his High Valyrian. He speaks High Valyrian like a 5-year-old, like, idiot. And that he also is like, was not able to train his dragon properly, because the dragons are supposed to be spoken to in that language. And the dragon handlers, I guess, know the language. So he wasn't as smart or as disciplined. And maybe now he needs to get smarter. He needs to get disciplined. The only possible rug pull here that they could set up would be he gets tough enough and strong enough that he pushes his brother back out of the way and takes his brother's dragon, because his brother's nothing without that dragon. And both of them have equal claim to ride it. If he can approach that dragon, the only thing that makes that dragon his brother's more than his brother has greater strength of character. It's a shitty character. He's a shitty person. And instead of getting drunk all the time, the thing is, like, once in a while, he goes to the brothel and rolls up in a ball naked and cries. We don't quite get it. It's his thing. It's his way. He feels better about himself when he does it. But guys, do us a favor, tweet out that we're live and let people know. We got the Cosme on this one, and visuals are a thing.
Oh yeah,
we can all enjoy the House of the Dragon together.
Yeah,
God knows that.
This is the second to last episode before next week will be the season 2 finale of House of the Dragon. So
And for all the people on my channel for who are the Admiraltigians, I deeply want to thank so many of you and all the new people that your likes and follows brought. 500 likes on Star
awesome,
Trek
man.
Enterprise, 500 likes and 1,000 views on Star Trek Enterprise Unexpected. Yeah,
Wow.
yeah, the episode Unexpected brought unexpected praise. I think what happened was the next episode got bot attacked. So I'm gonna probably snip the episode. I'm gonna snip the episode and edit out just the conversations. Do that as an upload. Lose the bad, because YouTube just there's only like 3. You never know which of the 3 outcomes.
Your first stream went for what, 6 or 7 hours, something like that.
I'm going to stop doing that. What I'm going to start doing now is I will go 2 or 3 hours, end my stream, and start a new one so that I can never lose that much work again. But the fact that a 90-minute stream of Enterprise with a panel that included people going in and out of the studio garnered like a whole hell of a lot of watch time and a lot more piling on as we speak. And, about 250 views over the course of the show. And now culminating in over 1,000 now and going up. Was it like about 1050 when I looked a few hours ago? I thank all of you from the bottom of my heart for the first true 1,000 view upload stream of my career. I'm so grateful. And you know what? It just goes to show people love Star Trek. Everyone gave the episode an A. Everyone gave the episode an A. It got like 67% of everyone thought the episode was an A or B. People enjoy Enterprise. People enjoy Star Trek. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Josh Treat says, LOL, Bill. I guess Aegon the Crispy, first of his name, should have called it Hiccup and to help.
Train his dragon, Sunfire.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, we saw Sunfire basically did the right thing. Sunfire really gave up the body and then gave up its life to save Aegon. The only reason we have Aegon the Iron Maiden t-shirt is because the dragon, and we watched it like 4 times. We watched the episode twice because it was great. And we do shit like that here. We're fucked up. But we watched the episode twice because it was great. And we haven't been able to say that since. But the thing is, we watched the fight 3 times. The fight, when the dragon went down, it writes itself at the last second. So we were ahead of everybody with Aegon the Crispy's probably alive. He's probably and there's a mistake in that episode. He covers his eyes twice. They show him repeating the same action. So there's a couple of mistakes in that episode. He's surprised twice in a row, or he's that done. Sunfire is still alive.
The dragon's still alive.
Oh. The dragon seemed to be a mess.
That dragon got tore up on it like a breastplate.
It was impaled by a bunch of trees.
It was bleeding. It was bleeding and bled onto the soldiers. And the soldiers I'm melting. Right?
Yeah, and its fire bladder blew up. There was fire where it fell. Its fire bladder exploded. That's the only way to explain what happens with it. I'm glad the dragons explode. But it hasn't dropped. We will absolutely watch it. Hello, Pam Smith, and welcome to the show. It's nice to see you. Please hit the like and follow buttons. We're recapping what we know, and we're refreshing as we go. Don't worry about it. We're right on top of it. Okay, Sunfire. Here's all I can say. Sunfire is alive in the books. We don't know what George R.R. Martin and these people will do. Like, this is still a Game of Thrones related TV show. This could all go off the rails in 5 minutes. We could start out and be back at Harrenhal with that weird witch lady. He needs to kill that witch lady this week.
Yeah. Yeah, indeed.
Well, is she real? Does she even exist? Is she interdimensional? Is she Tyler Durdening it? I mean, he seems to. No one else has reacted to her yet, and she talks a lot of shit to that king.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. I don't know if she's a ghost. I think for the most part. Well, she's in Harrenhal, like nobody. Yeah, I think it's just a ghost because Harrenhal's so haunted by ghosts. She's not really there, But
yes, radioactive. No, you know what it was? It was actually a blood shower. It it was so cool. The dragon gets like clawed up and it's like gushing blood and it like fly and dragons have to like throw themselves into the sky to fly. It bleeds on a bunch of guys. I don't think it has acid blood like a predator, but they're completely grossed out by it. They're like, ah! And then the dragon like doesn't quite manage to like stay in the air. It has to take like a half landing. It like kind of does a touchdown takeoff and like it like runs and gallops like through Christo's army and like kills like a whole bunch of them after they've been strafed by Queen Rhaenys, and it gets back into the air, starts fucking around again, and then like the final attack by Prince Aemon like takes the head off of Rhaenys' dragon, and then we see Sunfire go down, and it looks like it got impaled by a bunch of trees. There's a blast crater around where it hit the ground, and I would be yes, it was absolutely raining fire and blood. It was raining blood and fire on the night. It was really cool. That episode was visually great. When they give it to us, they give it to us. The thing is that they haven't made with the story quite as much in the last two episodes. And I don't know. I wouldn't call it too long, but now they need to set something up while doing something interesting as well. The thing is, they made their pacing mistake. Everyone gets one fuck up. This is 2 seasons. We got like one pacing mistake per season. I heard last season had an episode where people like as well.
Yeah. You get that one pretty much per episode.
Per season, you mean? Yeah, that seems to have happened like one. What people were saying is this season's pretty good, but like that's happened 1.5 times, so it's not as good as season 1. Like it just can't, it simply can't be.
All right, are you guys ready? Are you ready for episode 7? Yeah, we're gonna hit the play on this button. But follow us. It should be pinned at the top of both of our chats. So.
Let me know, guys.
Follow that link to our screening room, and you can watch. So here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, go.
Hello, Obi-2 Kenobi.
This is a mini limited series about Penguin. We're probably going to have to do this, Stig.
Obi-2, you're right, by the way. He was going to kill the king. It was just too many people are around. Oh, this show? Is this another Orange is the New Black spinoff or something?
No. It's Penguin. It's a DC Penguin from Batman.
That was my street. I mean, rather my train. Yeah. It's not my street, but that was my train. I think that was my train. It makes 200 stops, so like don't feel like I dox myself. Only like 2 million people live along the longest train line.
September 19th. See, there you go.
That looks like shit. Yeah, that's definitely going to be one of Bill and Teague's bogus journeys. It's they purged the Willow show and you got rid of Disney Plus. So what do we watch to hurt ourselves?
Yeah.
The Soprano Penguins. Yeah. Why not find a guy who looks like that role?
I love when the dragon said, "Nope, bro, you're not worthy. I'm gonna toast your ass."
All right, you know what, Josh? I just thinking what Josh said though. It wasn't event free. It was just there wasn't a lot of story. We had events, not much story. But things were set up. I mean, Sea Smoke found his rider. Let's just say Sea Smoke likes the dark meat.
In the Cosme room, there's volume control. You guys can turn that up or down, however loud you want it.
Yeah, you guys have total control of your Cosme right now. If I turn mine up all the way, it's like it makes me almost need to yell. So I have mine set rather low, and I'm good. But it might be somewhat reliant on your device as well. How many guys out there? And what is it like to be Colin Farrell, sitting there to get made over heavily into that penguin? When you're like getting ready to be made over into that penguin, and like you're like, why do I work out? Why did I get a hair transplant? You know what I mean? And then like some guy who looks like the penguin, like some heavier guy, with no hair, is like, why did I take acting lessons? Why did I learn how to like?
Here's Sea Smoke. Sea Smoke chooses Milli Vanilli. Milli Vanilli.
Yes.
Milli Vanilli. That's New Rider.
Blame it on the rain.
Yeah.
Sea Smoke is a dragon of salt and wood. Only a Valerian can ride him. Pale dragon
Did that
seems
guy
like
not
Valerians.
look like Milli
Thank
Vanilli?
you, Obi too. Oh yeah, he absolutely did. He's kind of he's a little silly looking. I'm not saying that we don't need black people in fantasy. What I'm saying is he didn't have like a high fantasy kind of look. Like Dreadlock Biden doesn't jibe me. That guy had like machine cut hair. I'm a little sus on the look of that character. Could he win me over? Could I still like him? Yes. I'm more inclined to let this show go than I am with Don Lemon. Oh God, the Rings of Power are coming soon. That's definitely going to be one of Bill and Teague's bogus journeys. Did you read Tolkien? Yeah, Obi-2 Kenobi, I agree. He's handsome as shit, and he's like working out, and he dates models, and they're like, okay, let's ugly you up so you can look like an average person that people would turn away from in horror. And then there's some actor out there who's probably real good, and he's just like, I could play King Lear if I could just lose this weight, and he can't. He could be a great penguin, but no. Yeah, okay, we're seeing a little that's got the rat catchers. That was like a lightsaber going on. It advanced just a little bit. It seems to be like 2 episodes behind, right? A Night Milli Vanilli.
Night Vanilli.
Dragon, it's true. Woo!
Sea Smoke roars.
Well, we have 2 riders with 2 dragons. Obi-2 says, I think they made Valerians that skin color because in the books, Targaryens and Valerians look the same. They're helping us, I think, and checking off the woke box. Listen, if this guy can act and he can sell it, I don't mind. But when they do keep saying that his house has like a DNA shortage problem, like their gene pool is too small and the king is white and the king is black and his wife was white, I was like, you're not selling this to me visually. That you're too closely related. The dragon doesn't mind him. The dragon doesn't. The other dragon doesn't. This guy, he's like, that guy's 5G checks out. While the dragon has independent curiosity about it, and it doesn't hate Sea Smoke. Although Sea Smoke's like, don't come too close. I'm loving this. Why? That is stupid to say. What a weird thing to say. I would like to see some sex in this episode if we can have action.
He said he's lowborn, and the dragon came to him. Yes,
he is right. Like her thing to him was like, her edge talk though was a little weird. She's like, you kneel very quickly for someone who just rose in the ranks from where you were, and I'm thinking to myself, why wouldn't it be like counterintuitive that he would have already learned to be like, stand for a moment. And he does have machine cut hair on one side, which is not good for this high fantasy look. He's like, look, the dragon fucking likes me. Obviously, I'm a Targaryen.
Yeah. Adam of Hull.
Like, lady, I just passed the ultimate 23andMe. Calm the fuck down.
I mean, come on. Don't give him shit. The dragon chose him.
OB2, I think, isn't Tyrion Lannister supposed to be kind of one of those slack-jawed types? Just like he gets like 2 mutations. He's really small, but he's also like, isn't Tyrion Lannister sort of like a genius scumbag, right? He's like really good at like subterfuge and being evil. God, just only filming from the other side. The side that has more natural, real-looking hair is not tearing me out of this. It's the fact that it's half and half. Why does it have to be half and half?
I don't know. Ask the hairstylist.
It's confusing me. Do they think all black people look alike? The other black guy is 200 years old, dreadlock by
now that would be racist, Teague. That would be racist, Teague.
What I'm saying is, like, they're acting that way. It's like the costume of the wardrobe people or the makeup people are istophobic. They don't want to, like, they're like, oh, we better make sure we give this guy like a much different look. And they're like, well, his hair isn't white. Like, yeah, but you know what? Like, we don't want to confuse people. It's like, where do you live that you can't tell people apart? It's like, do they have the same problem with women? It's like, we got to make sure that, they always wear totally different colored dresses or people think they're the same person. It's like object permanence. Hello. In this slower moment, can we have a talk about how to spell the word episode and the word commentary?
Did I misspell it?
It's like keystroke misspellings. Your heart was in the right place, except with Epiosode. You really destroyed that one.
I'll fix it later.
NBD, my man. All right. So, see, here's the thing. These guys they're somewhat maesters, and they were vying for some credibility. But Otto Hightower is being recalled. It's not his old rider. I think the old rider was his father or grandfather. He's tied into the old rider somehow. The guy he doesn't know he's the guy's nephew. Like if someone who read the book will be able to answer it. Adam Hall, who is, and the Seven Hells or the Seven Halls, is that the character where is Seasmoke's rider Leanna Valerian? Josh, that's why I'm not so sure that Sunstroke is alive. I know it's Sunfire. I'm kidding around. And again, like Jedi Outlaw Bill has a better thumbnail than mine. These guys are sort of trying to be the hand of the king. Like the job was open, but they weren't going to go for that. So I guess we're going to decapitate these gentlemen. Now this is Prince Yummy's brother. We call him Prince Yummy because he got eaten.
And with the best D&D table of them all.
That's why I think this faction is probably going to win. Here's Dreadlock Biden.
Yep.
Is he going to step down in this episode? She Smokes Ryder was the gay husband of Rhaenys.
Yes.
Rhaenys, that fakes his death. Ooh. Well, then he got drunk one night and only thought it was a drag queen. I don't know. It's an interesting mystery.
Obviously. Oh.
Of course, I don't trust him.
What did you think of that kiss that they shared? I that was kind of messed up. That happened last week.
The kiss that they shared was not messed up. It was absolutely the definition of gratuitous and having no real meaning in the story.
There's no men around. No worthy men.
The only reason I'm saying this is because they kissed because they didn't not kiss is the only thing I can come up with.
Okay, Obi-2 Kenobi, he didn't mind the kiss. Yeah, it wasn't bad, but
no, we were clear. We were okay. We were okay.
A little on the woke side, maybe.
We didn't mind the kiss. We're like, oh, that's just because there's nothing really going on. Like, they showed their ass with it a little bit. Did we mind it? No. Was it offensive? No. Did it have anything to do with anything? Like, from what I understand, it changes the characters from the books. But one of the characters involved in the kiss is a mashup of like 7 characters that we don't know what her true traits are yet. We've got time compression going on in this to make this story as well. And time jumps.
Obi-2 Kenobi says they should have kept going.
If they had kept going, then you would have had something, and I would have said it wasn't gratuitous. We had like a love scene between 2 women. What I'm saying is it was gratuitous because it's like we have a meaningless conversation only to put them in the same room together. They exchange looks, then they kiss, and then they're like, "Well, see you later." It was like just out of nowhere.
You know that's the difference between the difference between this show and the Acolyte. This show would actually show scissoring, and the Acolyte only would imply it.
Yeah, right. The show has the guts to go all the way. The Acolyte would more than it would spend so much time implying it. There would be no implication. But yeah, it would be like a woman standing there with her 2 top fingers like spread apart, closing them slowly, like winking at the other woman over and over for 2.5 hours.
So he's flew the dragon to Dragonstone and actually got there.
Well, she did some stuff with talking to him. He won her trust. We're going to assume that between when we saw the 2 dragons sort of flying out over the ocean, that was her helping him out a little bit. He asked for instruction.
I think this guy could be a bastard son of Dreadlock Biden.
I think it's Dreadlock Biden's kid. It's Hunter Dreadlock Biden.
The man's very cool, though. He's very distinguished.
I love Dreadlock Biden. He's not real Biden.
No.
First of all, he looks more like Corn Pop than Biden.
We have riders carrying shields with a fish on it. I don't know what house that is.
I am
Tully.
all right. Listen, I want to know where Matt Smith's character fucking is because he keeps running into this witch who keeps telling him he's sleeping in a haunted bed, and he's like, "Well, guess I'll go sleep in my haunted nightmare fuel bed again, over and over." He's back home. Okay, thank God. He left Harrenhal. He's sitting at a table, but it's not their D&D table, is it? Or is it? He touched the D&D table, but it's not set up. Does that change things? Now, this kid is already his nephew, right? It's not his son.
I don't know who this kid is.
It's his wife's son. It's the brother of the son of the kid who died, isn't it?
No,
No, it's not.
No.
You know, that's right. I don't know who this kid is. Chad, help. Tully? Greyjoys?
Yeah.
We do think that some of these houses are going to combine and filter into the more familiar ones from Game of Thrones, because we got this one faction that looks like the Starks are supposed to look, right? But their name's something else.
Yeah, he's of House Tully. He's of House Tully.
Told him to speed up with the pillow. That's the grandson of the guy dying, I think, says Obi2. Okay. The grandson of the guy dying.
Okay, Josh, he is Lord Tully. He's a very young lord. Okay,
Tully more.
He's like 15 years old or something. Here's a weirwood tree.
The weirwood trees are some weird wood shit. Like, he sleeps in a bed made out of this one. And this is another thing he just gets a little bit from Tolkien with the trees. Everyone who's seen the Return of the King knows the deal.
He may be 12-year-old, but he looks about 14 or 15.
We do weird age casting in this show because there's time hops. And the last time hop, we didn't age a couple of people and we aged some other ones and it was confusing. But then the things sorted themselves out because the people who didn't get aged ahead died very quickly. There was no need to recast them. It's like, wow. So take this oath where you give me all your stuff and we'll all be cool. It's a protection racket.
Because he has a dragon and it can burn you alive.
You know what, Obi-2 Kenobi? They're there so long because this episode is now also trying to eat time. Although I will say this, King Daemon has been acting weird and doing inadvisable things for like 3 episodes. Everybody's kind of arguing about calling him king because he's like full-on prince, but he's only king consort. This kid's a badass.
He stood it up to Matt Smith, yeah.
Matt's signature move is to cleave your head in half down the center. So yeah, don't fuck with him. These days, do you really want to
this kid gonna kill this guy? Ooh.
He just associated himself with the word Paramount. I mean, how lucky is that really these days?
Not too lucky, I don't think. If you call for the execution, you have to do it yourself, kid. Oh shit. Damn it! Why didn't we see blood? I wanted to see blood.
Wow, there certainly are a lot of you guys coming through. A few more likes would help me out, but otherwise, don't worry about it. Hey, Ensign Rusher in the theater. Wow, what's up, buddy? It's good to see my friend. Yeah, he looks good for his age. He does. We can all only hope for that fate, right?
Yeah. Oh no, he's still in here because he's still seeing his brother. This is definitely still Harrenhal.
Listen, I love the actor, but this character's now been acting in an inadvisable way and kind of been being a dick for now. This is like halfway through the third straight episode where nothing he's doing is making sense and he keeps doing things that are not good for him, like sleeping in the haunted bed and talking to the witch that no one else can see. It's like, snap out of it, bro.
Talking to his dead brother, the former king.
This looks like our video call from before the show with, Matt Smith being me.
Yeah.
It's like, this crown is like a hair replacement. It's very painful.
He does not know. Oh, here's the burnt king. Aegon the burnt. Aegon the roasted. Wait, how did they clear? Oh, okay. His ear's gone. It's totally gone. Yeah, you're the only one to survive dragon fire and live to tell about it.
I appreciate everyone who watches on 2 devices, and I thank you,
Yes,
everyone who
thank
gives
you.
us likes, and everyone who gives us likes. Like, we're trying to really let this one breathe. There's not a lot to comment on, but events are at least in motion. They are setting up. Hey, Dreadlock Biden took some CBD. He's okay. Look, he's walking around.
He is a bastard.
He said it. Yep.
Yep.
I told you he got the ultimate 23 in me.
Yeah.
And everybody, thank you. But yeah, the fact that he didn't end up a Human Torch.
That's why he's high Valerian. Yeah. Got
that
Dreadlock
Biden.
high Valerian blood in it. Okay, we're on the road to somewhere.
It's been a long road. The one thing this show hasn't fucked up with is when we see more than a few people, like in essence, peasants, they're not like bland and dull and bring out your deadish. You know what I mean? Like they have some like realism to them, but at this point, it's just like they decided to bag on the extras in a really empty sequence. Is she dreaming this? Is this a bad trip? Because this happens a lot. Yes, exactly. Right. Milli Vanilli has the right midichlorian count. Exactly. Oh, OB2, you're Ensign? Okay. It's nice to see you around again, buddy. Crazy times. I haven't changed. I'm still nuts. Okay, it says when House Valerian first took Driftmark, they had a dragon, but haven't had a dragon until Sea Smoke. Yeah, and Sea Smoke was a wild card for a while there. This guy's from Harrenhal. He's just the king of weird. Is this that fucking witch?
No.
Okay,
no.
She
is Aegon's mother. Aegon the Toasted's mother, and
Aemon the one-eyed bastard's mother, and they're all the same age. It's weird as fuck. This one really is just showcasing the weaknesses of the series, but it's not a terrible episode. It's just like we've had time to think about this one. It's like her and her sons are the same age. It's like nobody had that magical moment where you and your mom look the same age. Not to this extent.
This is her son right here. His brother got ate by the Bulg.
And they look more like the problem here is they also, to behold, look more like a couple because she may even be younger than him. They are so close.
Remember when the gal with the red hair was having with the Cole who failed?
Right. Cole. Well, he didn't. He failed, but he got air struck by two dragons.
These are also Cole's children right here, so because she had a thing with Cole. At least that's how I believe that's how it went on.
They look like Cole.
I could be wrong. Yes, they definitely have his hair, Teague.
And I just want to say, even though it didn't work out, if I have to fight for anyone in this kingdom, in this world, I'll fight for Cole because he felt horrible when his men died. He's the only compassionate commander we've seen.
Yeah, so don't die because you could be king one day.
Oh, he knows. He's confronting her, doesn't he? Isn't he?
Oh yeah. Oh, he's no dummy. No, he's not.
He's like I met the guy, man. Come fuck with me. Oh, because the other way to have a dragon is to raise it. He raised one, right?
Yeah.
You bitch. You better feel awful. Cole's our guy who lost his army, right?
Yeah.
All right, guys, our poll's live. Who would you prefer to fight for? Your choices are Dreadlock Biden, King Damon in quotes because everyone gives him shit for it, or Cole. Dreadlock Biden, 100%. Wow. Biden's going to win the poll again. Hold on a second. Hello, Director Ray? I'm sorry. We're now going to call him Dreadlock Harris, okay? Lord Corliss is pretty stand-up, I'll be honest with you. Thanks, OB2. I've been working hard on that.
Seven hells.
She's the queen's a bitch. She's still his son. He should get that dragon. Or is he trying to get a right to ride Sea Smoke? Because Sea Smoke's not going to take that shit.
I don't know who any of these guys are. They're nobodies.
That's the point. We're getting the point of view of what's going on in this city.
And this is the greatest bullshitter of bullshitters.
He's going to get himself torched up if he goes near a dragon.
Oh, that will be fun. I love when a dragon birds a person. It's glorious.
Roby2 says, I think she's taking his dragon to fight, so he can't. Not really clear, but a hunch to protect him. Okay, maybe it's possible.
He's not the right bastard. That's right.
What we've seen here, though, is some people don't start making some decisions about how to relieve the pressure on these kingdoms with some food and a little prosperity. They're going to have to just use those dragons that they've been sort of taking care of now for 2 seasons. What is this conversation even about? Are we pulling out another son?
I don't know because I have no idea who this person is.
Yeah, I shut the fuck up a while ago when I saw it was when I was confronted with that one. Like, we've just introduced some new characters. The first few were whimsical, This guy and I guess his wife here are having like the world's most serious conversation, and we know nothing about them. Introducing new vital characters 2 episodes for the end of the season out of nowhere like this. And their conversation is their backstory. Oh, God. Are we reaching a Game of Thrones moment? Are they about to fuck up?
Wait. No, I think this might be one of the other rat catchers who didn't get killed. I think that's who he is.
This particular guy, or the guy with the full beard?
The guy with a full beard.
He gave a little story about how he might just be of royal blood. He's like, rather than be a king, I thought I'd go catch rats. I think they got every single rat catcher because the king would be in a rage, being like, and there's one left, because like that was the only piece of information that idiot bothered to extract from anyone before he stove the guy's head in like an idiot.
I don't know where she's at or why she's just off. Oh, yes, okay. Please undress. Please undress. I don't mind.
If she gets naked and it doesn't do anything for the story, even though I'll enjoy it, like it's again like they're afraid to advance this plot. Fullbeard is the blacksmith building the machines to take out the dragons. Thank you.
Wait,
didn't get the money and tried to leave. The daughter died. The first time he's mentioning being royal. Yeah, so the one time we saw him before was he was the guy who was like, we lack steel and timber, my lord, to build these, giant anti-aircraft guns you want. And he's like,
damn it, she's wearing too much clothing.
It's not terrible, but you know what? I mean, this is well filmed. It looks cool.
Yeah. I thought she was going to kill herself or something, like she can drown herself.
Don't say that.
It's only speculation. It's only speculation. It's only speculation, Teague. Don't worry about it.
Of course. I'm not. Not like any YouTubers have enemies. We're all one big happy fleet. Josh says, okay, when are we going to get Alan of Hall claiming Grey Ghost, Off-White claiming Silverwing, and Hugh Hammer claiming Vermithor, and Nettle finding Sheepstealer? Okay, I think that we're going to probably have a pretty big fight in the final episode because we're way too far into this to start anything right now. Why are they talking Sicilian?
Oh, they're speaking High Valyrian.
High Valyrian, I know. So, what will the attrit rate be during Dragon pilot training? Oof. The thing is, it's like the attrit rate is on the approach. I think if the dragon accepts you, you're okay. I haven't seen anyone lose the respect of their dragon, although Prince Daemon certainly deserves to, the way he's been acting.
Looks like you have 5 votes so far. Dreadlock Biden and King Damien are tied at 40%. And
guys, vote in our poll.
Poor Cole. I know.
He was the only commander who gives a shit about his guys. He got airstruck by not 1, not 2, but 3 different dragons, man.
He was outmatched in that battle.
He saved his army from 2 dragon attack, like in the episode before. Like he's not terrible. He got hit with overwhelming force. I think that maybe people are thinking that Dreadlock Biden has the most pacifistic policies and the least amount of chance of getting them killed. We're fighting for our right to live.
If you
to
show
exist.
if you show any fear or any lack of confidence, the dragon will burn you to death, and that will be the end of you.
Welcome to Dragon Orientation Day.
I can guarantee you that.
First, please watch this motivational film. Hi, I'm Michael Phelps. Anxiety is a normal feeling. Here's how to deal with it. You know what? This is not exactly like, in less than an hour, aircraft from here will join others from around the world. This is not exactly the ID4 speech.
Tim says fire. Tim
Fire.
or FKHC 2005, better known as Tim.
I hope you get to see Silver Dennis, who claims to be the bastard of King Maegor of the First Targaryen. Too bad we can't have Arlie Ermy as the dragon pilot drill instructor. Oh, Gale Dye's still around. Maybe we could get him to do it. But yeah, that would have been great. How about Machete as the dragon drill instructor? I mean, this isn't too bad, but we're again like,
or yeah, people are going to be tested to see if they're worthy and if they have any 5G with a dragon.
And if you break the 5G connection or you F up the approach to the dragon, you're turning into a human torch. So you should go there armed to self. Go ahead.
You can't have any lack of confidence or fear. If the dragon senses that, it will burn you alive.
I don't even know if the other guy showed fear. He just he second guessed himself. Is the only way I keep thinking that it goes. He's not scared. He's approaching this formidable dragon, and he gets pretty close to it, and then he just stops, and he's looking at the dragon, and the dragon's looking at him, and it's just he stopped walking towards me. I'm gonna rescan his DNA, and he's 14%. I got 15 last time. He's not as Targaryen as I thought. It's you know what he would be great for? Setting on fire. But if you approach one of these things, you're best bringing a weapon to self-delete, because we saw that came in handy, even though the guy messed up his own. They took great pains to show that he was in great pain and didn't manage to self-delete. It was kind of funny, to be honest. So Verbathor is pretty formidable. So she's down with the High Valyrian. She speaks dragon.
Wow, look at that! Those teeth. The dragon could be bigger than the other big dragon.
He's on par with Prince Aemon's dragon.
He's big. No, this dragon I think is bigger than Boromir or Vhagar. Sorry, Vhagar.
Yeah. Get your dragon straight. You would have broken the 5G connection and gotten fried, Bill. I'm looking out for you.
Thank you.
I don't want to see you lose your 5G connection. See, she's got the nominal. This is very much like Tolkien. This is very much like Tolkien in the sense that, if you have the right to do something, then doing it has less consequence. But if you don't have the right to do it, there's at the very best a monkey paw, and at the very worst, you just destroyed on the spot. Like Saruman had a nominal right to use the Palantir to communicate.
This guy does not look confident enough. He looks too scared.
I think the deal is this dragon is better with the 23andMe, and it's going to ignore everyone but the person it's supposed to take. But she's getting the fuck away because she's seen how this can go. Let's see. Dracarys Valerian for Flame On.
Yeah.
This is the second largest dragon, says Josh. Thank you. Look at those boobs, says Tim. Oh, I have a feeling that it's going to like grab one person, put them aside, and then like torch everybody. Or it's feeling something. It seems to be feeling something. Now, if your dragon's neck stays like that for more than 2 hours, you got to take it to see a doctor. The only thing you can do that would surprise us is nothing. Is that what they're going to do? Whoa! I want to watch them burn. Wait. That was needless. I told you. No, he did. He is using several forms of attack.
This dragon has attitude.
All right. Oh, wow. Now you have to kill this dragon somehow.
No.
Give it back to her other son. It's scoffing at everyone else, or is this? Oh, it did knock one person aside. It might. We don't know. Is this guy going to get the 5G thing? We haven't seen him enough to believe it. Or is she 5Ging the thing to calm down because she's seen enough? Wait, didn't we see this guy get washed in flames? I guess he's all right. It's just eating the rest of the people. It likes people well done, this dragon. And hey, thanks everybody who's here.
Grow some balls. All you have to do is show some balls.
If I live in this kingdom, I spend my life training and running. Oh, the thing sets him on fire and he gets lucky because it eats him. That's how bad this is. This went like shit. This is the most chaotic thing since the first episode of Lost.
I love this.
It's good. Yeah, no, it's good. It's not like that in that way. It's really chaotic. What the hell? And by the way, very little of this can change any lore, so they're giving us some excitement. After 2 really slow weeks, we finally got it. They made us wait. Whoa. It's not monks and just per se. It's spurning like just everyone. She decided the dragon just must be full. Dreadlock Biden is tied with King Damon. My boy Cole is getting massacred.
Nope. The dragons accept him. He showed some
Like, no, I
balls.
did all.
Yeah, he showed some fucking balls.
And
He
he
stood
passed
up
the
to the
DNA
dragon.
test. He passed the
Yeah.
23andMe. Wait, so he survives by chance, but he passed the 23andMe. The dragon just couldn't sense it for a while. This is fun stuff. It's like that smell of roasting human beings.
I'd be smelly too if the dragon didn't eat me or burn me alive. I'd be like,
it's just that after all he's just seen.
Damn right, you want to let him ride your ass. I'd be like, hunting my stuff.
I had thought we were going out. We had the going away music playing, but no, we're snapped back in. Yes, that did make the episode Obi-2 Kenobi. It was funny and fun. Able to enjoy myself with it.
Meanwhile, the guy that's unworthy and running away is going to find some way to get killed.
Or he's going to like happen onto some information that he's going to pass on. Or is that the other dragon? There's another dragon in there, isn't there?
Oh, dragon egg.
He stepped on a dragon egg. And now you've made the dragon angry.
Yep.
Either that or he's going to get a chance to raise this one if he didn't hurt it too much.
You're fucking toasted.
He knows he's fucked. Is he going to try to summon it? He's like, maybe I stare it down and I win? It didn't just kill him. He's assessing his 23andMe. And stepping on that dragon egg doesn't necessarily piss him off too much. Or was that maybe some magma? Oh, hey, a little bit of a surprise here. What do traditional military tactics really mean when you can get airstruck in this world?
I don't know. Uh-oh, what the hell's going on outside?
Basically an air raid. Is this the King Crispy's dragon coming back? Now we spent a lot of blood and treasure to create these anti-aircraft guns. This must be Ulf the White, says Josh, who ran into the dragon. Yeah, the saddle was already on it. Oh, he's barnstorming on his dragon. This is awesome.
Okay, that's King's Landing.
We're not going to break this tie between Dreadrock Biden and King Damon. I'm going to end the poll in a minute.
Wow. That was pretty cool. That was pretty cool.
Guys, we know the big guys are coming on in a few minutes. If you could hang out with us for a couple and help us out with some view time, we'd appreciate it. And we'd love to hang out with you because it seems like you know as much as we do. And we've got a poll up, at least on my channel, to grade the episode. 2 votes, 3 votes.
I just voted an A. So
did you?
Yeah, I give it an A. I really enjoyed this episode.
I'm going to say right now, there's no way that this is there's no way it's a C, D, or F. It's an A or a B. Which one is it? I don't know. Like on the favor of it being a B, it took it a while to get started, and we were a bit confused by the beginning of this episode. But it's the Matt Smith part was weird and almost lost us. So I think if that dragon had just done nothing, this episode would be like a C or a D. But because we got that great scene and then the dragon riding scene, I mean, I'm thinking on it still. On my 1 to 10 scale, I'd say it's 6.5, 7. It's a B. It's a B for me.
I'd give it an 8.5.
I'm thinking on it. We saw some great shots. It was artful, yeah. They didn't insult our intel. We had a moment where 2 characters came out of nowhere and spoke their backstories, though. They spoke their backstories.
Yeah.
That's
only 1 episode left, boys and girls.
Although we should be as critics, we should have remembered that guy as the guy who wanted the crossbow. So let's see. Can Eye Patch McCain win in the 3-1 dogfight? Is that yes? That's definitely Eye Patch McCain might now be the name for Prince Aemon. That's a good one. Obi-Wan Kenobi. He had to speak the backstory. They kept randomly showing him throughout the series. I'm going to say you're right, Obi-Wan. They put themselves in a position where they had to. It was a rug pull. It was like a WTF moment, but it wasn't heavily WTF because I was like processing. I'm like, there's something about this guy, but we've seen a lot of people with long hair and beards. We're gonna watch the outright explanation.
Yeah.
This is the head show writer. Yeah, she's pretty resolute in this one. She fires her own son, and then she gets a whole bunch of people destroyed. This scene was very well filmed as well. So what she did was she tracked down every single person who might just have some Targaryen blood. So hey, you know what? On one side, we just cleared the board of everyone with any Targaryen DNA except these two guys.
Yeah.
That's why we saw randos. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, so that's how he really speaks. He's a good actor.
Yeah. That's a good point, Carlos.
Yeah, they were just the ones that they could get their hands on who were willing to say. Also, she said they're brave, so I guess people were allowed to say fuck no.
Yeah.
But once you said you do it, you couldn't leave. There's something. I don't know why they showed them forcing them to stay, but she lost like 30 of her own soldiers and like 60 random relatives. You know what? A good choice for the actor. This was a good scene. This was the first good scene with him in a bit. It's been weird with Matt Smith. So here's his episode's director.
And it was a producer, Jig. It's also a producer.
See, here's the thing. If you direct or write one of the episodes, you go into the rotating pool of producers if it's important enough, or you come back when they pick up your story threads or characters you created. See, Josh Street tells me the book had more dragon seeds died trying to tame the wild dragons. So dragon seeds are the lost kindred, huh? family reunion that had like 30 randoms. Yeah, the weirdest family reunion ever. I've been to my family reunion where I met everybody when I was like 40. That scene looks cool, but I don't know if that's what it got across. It looked really cool though, so I'll take his word for it.
Yeah.
All right, I'm hearing a couple of things that are making me slightly uncomfortable here. Although the other guy with the makeup made a great call because it was a aesthetic call. They let this woman make a story and character call.
Yeah.
These people were always getting torched. She just wanted her to be more responsible and meaner. I guess that's why she lingers. Hugh, okay. Yeah, he doesn't speak dragon. Yeah, this was a brilliant choice, actually, and it changes nothing. They fooled us good with this one.
Yeah. I still thought the dragon was going to eat him or something, though. I was like, is that dragon really settle on this guy? This guy, you know?
Here's the thing: he's been getting shit all his life because he's like, I'm a Targaryen too. People just won't admit it, and they're like, nah, fuck you. All right, I'm gonna definitely end the poll. Oh wait, no, I'm sorry. This is the new one. Yeah, go ahead and vote. Sorry, guys. That one's on me. Brain fart. What does this actor do? His interviews in character. His voice is always that scary. Emma has control, says OB2, and they're afraid to tell it them
Well,
no.
dragons are the nuclear deterrent in this realm of.
It's been said by the writers and the cast a couple of times, so that's got to be how they
Yeah.
talk to each other about it. They're
Yeah.
afraid to tell it them no. Good point. And yes, they changed the dragon seed situation a lot. The argument between Rhaenyra and the Valerian trainers was lame AF. The last episode, she slaps a lord for less than that. It looked like they didn't know the guy didn't know exactly what to do. He wanted to do some different stuff and not just show, like he said, like the dragon supplicating. And like he may have gone a bit too far in a few places, like letting the cast make major character decisions like that speaks to her character. Like, okay, she fought for it. Maybe she was right. It provided a deeply amusing scene. How it affects the books, you guys know better than me. But let's see. Carlos said, I'm sad because they're changing awful lot. He's not so lame in the books. He's still like got a chance, right? But Josh Street agrees. And it's like the fifth time they said it was Emma's idea. Yeah, like it's kind of like a couple of these experimental ideas. It's like last week we had these chicks kiss each other, and this week we're gonna have like a gratuitous death scene. And it turns out that it wasn't a gratuitous death scene. This death scene, the dragon attack scene, whatever you want to call it, while it was like on a fairly grand scale and we saw a lot of victims, it was like fun. Just like the show's called House of the Dragon. They live in this messed up world. They're not real people. No actual human beings were hurt. So yeah, was it funny when these fake people died? It was hilarious. It was hilarious, and it was really engaging. It went from exciting to funny to exciting to funny, which is good. Good television supposed to be like that. Good movie supposed to be like that. Sorry, go ahead, Bill.
Yeah, no, these guys were at least get the college dry. That yeah, but when you're going to see a dragon, you got to know that if you're not competent, you don't show any type of cojones, you're going to be it's food and it's going to roast you alive.
Yeah, it seems like honestly between what happened with the two dragons, even though he told us that it was just to show it happening differently, it's just if your emotional state remains the same, you're okay. If you have a change in emotions, if you seem irresolute while you're dealing with the dragon will go nuts and fry you. Or if while you're dealing with the dragon, there's a whole bunch of people around and it can't get a reading, there might have been 3 people more worthy there. That dragon just went nuts and mass deleted people. It's like, I can't handle like it was like a bad day in the dorm room on acid. It was just like so much sensory overload to have too many Targaryens around. It's like, I need to, what would be great if it was just less Targaryens, and they taste good too. So, I like them. I like them well done. That one, we saw so many people get eaten and burnt. Like the one guy who was like screaming because he was burning, and then the dragon like doubled back to like grab him and gulp him down into. It didn't even swallow him whole. It wolfed him down. We saw some great stuff. The special effects were well thought out. There was nothing here that was illogical or dumb. When the dragon dumped a bunch of people off the cliff and then went after them little by little, we took pains to show that the fall down the cliff, you could roll and you could bounce, and it wasn't that high. It wasn't that like it moved till now. Like that could have been like the fall into like Mount Doom, like level drop, but it wasn't. It was like it's like 15 feet. It's highly survivable. And so all these people that it knocks off, like they disappear to the darkness while we do some terrible things to the other people, and we think that maybe it's just throwing these people to their ends. But then when we double back, the dragon's just like randomly now, like first it's just massively just like a giant eraser, just like the coming of the great white handkerchief. It's like too many Targaryens.
And when you're the guy who survives where everybody just died, dragon feeding time, and this dragon decides to choose you, and you get on there and start riding. He's like, yeah, you're gonna great. It's like you want to be like I'm gonna ride this roller coaster and see how it is. And it's like, yeah, you don't tell me you wouldn't if you're not,
I'd like to see them. I would like to see them pay off the other way that the guy, since they said it was a departure from other ways, I would like to see them pay off the way he bonded with the dragon. That because it was through deference to the dragon that he had respect for it, but he was, he was terrified, but he wasn't like hateful or something like that. There was something in his heart that first of all, he scored really high on the 23andMe. He was like 43% Targaryen. It's like he hadn't he was like he knew about the fact that like 5 generations back he was a Targaryen. What he didn't know was that another Targaryen was in there like 2 generations back. It's the guy thought his grandfather was only thought he was his grandfather.
Yeah,
he was much more Targaryen than he realized. That's how we have to be. His midichlorian count was high enough, and it was okay to let him live. Bravo! This was a fun episode, and I'm so glad I got to be here to see it.
Let's call it. Let's not associate with that piece of shit Star Wars that over there from Lucas.
It's an A minus.
Let's call it Dragon Bond pairing or
Dragon Bond Z.
Yeah, Dragon Bond Z.
Dragon Bond Sea Smoke. You know what? Every dragon except one seems to have chosen a rider. I think Josh and Carlos are pointing, and OB2 are pointing out. We got one more dragon.
You possess dragon moxie. You just might survive a dragon in life in person.
Or if you score super high on your Targaryen DNA count, because that guy was just. The only explanation is that he was far more Targaryen than he thought, and that they don't have to pay it off. But it would be nice to see that. If either
they went back and you know, Dreadlock Biden confirmed it that yes, your brother was deemed worthy of riding a dragon because he's got that blood in him.
Right. But what I'm saying is like because like my head canon on this because it's not in world explanation yet. I don't know enough to in world this. My head canon is that one guy who runs into the dragon and thinks he's going to die. He just passes the 23andMe with like a pretty high score because that dragon's asleep. It wakes up. There's a guy there. He's annoying, but he's not being offensive. He tries to back away. He's giving the dragon its leeway. He's not invading its territory. He doesn't attempt the 5G link, and the dragon's like, "You seem all right." And then it's like Targaryen DNA, like midichlorian count climbing, and it's just like, you know what? Maybe you're.
How dare you, G? Stop associating House of the Dragon with any Star Wars. I won't have it. I tell you.
I'm sorry. Okay, so maybe you're such a. And I think my headcanon on this is like we said, everyone knows he's worthy because he was a Targaryen a couple of generations back, but someone else was there before or after the known Targaryen. There's another Targaryen got in there with one of these people's. The survivors were just far more Targaryen than they thought. Although the one guy, he just had like focus.
It could be, Jake. Could be.
Well, if they paid it off, it would be cool. Right now. It's just my theory. I think that the reason that dragon accepted him is, and you know what, it can never be proven. But it would just be. Could you imagine? It's like my grandmother told me of another Targaryen, you know. And she's like, "Oh yes, we're an enormously frisky family. You know, we do like to get around." But like speaking of which, I guess everyone wants to head over and see the big guys talk. I don't know. What do we think? We got 11 votes on our poll. It's 19 minutes. Should we let the poll go to 25 minutes and then we'll end this stream thanking everyone for having been here, or do you want to go? It's up to you, sir.
It's up to the audience. Our audience. I'm not ready to
go. Okay. I was gonna say 10:30. Maybe I need to go, but I'll hang out for a while. I don't mind. This is an interesting episode. We saw the how-to, and people are theorizing. Well, you know what? I'm guessing we've been talking for 10 minutes, so I'd say in about 40 minutes, like everyone's going to be streaming. Honestly.
Oh yeah.
Take your pick. You're going to get to go to Nerdrotic, and he's going to have like a panel. And you know, let's face it. Like with us, you can have a forum and discuss. That chat will be flying by. That's the only thing we have on them. The only thing we have on them. You know, we're not as big lore masters. Everyone can't know everything. I'm still even just trying to get like a comprehensive Star Trek knowledge. I'm not going to sit here and jerk you around. The thing is,
Nerdrotic is already streaming about their.
Where will I be? I'm gonna stay here for about a half an hour, but then you know I'm gonna be real lifing it. But then I'll be around on Tuesday. You can check in on me on Tuesday. I don't know if I'm going to stream. I might stream during the day. See, here's the thing. Bill and I are looking for a show to watch that's bad because we have Hot Dragon, House of the Dragon, Hot D. And that's like Bill and Teague's Excellent Adventure. But like there still needs to be room for Bill and Teague's Bogus Journey during the week. So we're actually actively seeking out something, but we might renew the Disney subscription just like between us and shine a light on another bad show. We're going to have to do like the two of us are going to have to research it. But maybe this Tuesday I'll just be on during the day. You want to come by and say hi, Bill? Come by and say hi. But keep up with Admiral_Teague on Twitter, and I'm going to on X. And I'll make sure to keep people apprised what I'm doing. And it'll be in my community tab. I just have real world stuff to do. Go to the place to do the thing, as they say, work, you know, life.
Right.
And bad shows. How about For All Woke Kind on Apple TV? I just got rid of Apple TV. I just got rid of it, but I watched some of For All Woke Kind. Yeah. Nixon's Girls was kind of like, it was bad. It wasn't awful. Want to start with a bad Star Trek movie? You want to start with like Star Trek 09? Should that be like the first Bogus Journey?
Perhaps.
Or is it too long? Is it too long? I don't know. It's pretty long. I don't want to bring back Star Trek Discovery and give them views like watching season 1, but that's terrible. It has to be something terrible that can't be resurrected on us. I mean, I would say Xena Warrior Princess is an Alex Kurtzman show, but it's actually kind of okay. It's actually it's too good for like guys who are seasoned on the Acolyte. What is there sufficiently bad? The Rob Yin Hood make old Acolyte Bill watch it?
I didn't make you watch anything.
You know what, guys? Let's be honest. Our audience let us off the hook. You guys said that you wouldn't mind if we didn't watch anymore. We just like honestly, the show sucks, but like Bill and I are friends, and we have fun hanging out. And when we were watching that show, episode 3 broke us both, and so after that, like there wasn't a lot at stake as far as being hurt. Like we were watching it in sort of a punitive way, and like the discussion went like something like, why don't we do what I do with Star Trek and just continue shining a light on it? And he's like, fuck it, yeah, why should they get away with it? And that's the only reason we really finished up with the Acolyte.
Yeah.
And no one can say that we didn't stick with it either. Like, oh, you don't know the lore? You know what? Guess what? Leslie Headland doesn't either. And but we are looking for bad shows to watch. This one is not a bad show. However,
Ring of Power. Okay,
Rings of Power is coming in September. We're absolutely watching that. But
we could go back and watch maybe Miss Marvel or Hulk season 1. Those are horrible shows. Or Loki season 1 or season 2. I don't know.
Loki season 1 is so much worse than Loki season 2, which they realized they had gone way too far with Loki season 1, and Loki season 2. They kind of are able to like they can't do it, but they're like, we've got to put the genie back in the bottle to some degree. I
think I still have for at least a month. I think I still have.
I'll watch like the first. You know what? Let's watch Echo.
Echo.
Let's watch Echo. What's the shortest one?
Okay. I don't know. It's something from Marvel. It's something from Marvel. That's all I know.
Here's what we'll do. We'll look at these. We'll look at the run times, right? The ones that has the shortest episode, that's the worst, we'll watch. Because I watched Secret Invasion. I'm not watching that shit again. That was fucking horrible. Did not make any fucking sense. It wasn't a secret. The invasion had already happened. It was like it should have been called Public Aftermath of an event from 30 years ago. It's the stupidest fucking movie I've ever seen. And then we get this Star Wars movie that's like, hold my beer, Secret Invasion. And I'm like, I long for the clarity and beauty of great shows like Secret Invasion, where it didn't get stupid until 5 minutes in. The Acolyte assaulted us with idiocy from the first minute. It's like Trinity walks into a bar, and it's like all of a sudden Rick James jumps out with a COVID mask. It's like, I got butter knives, fight.
They want to destroy Yoda. They're gonna destroy Yoda if they
go forward. If they go forward, Yoda is fucked because and by the way, if you notice when she walks into the room, she sets the terms to Yoda.
We have to talk.
First of all, wouldn't this is what I would have thought. Ready? Master Finestra, expected you have been. Asshole, are you? You know what I'm like? He's got like the master telepath, and you're telling me this stupid bitch, bald pickle Rick lady, fucking from a refugee from a John Waters film is going to fool the most powerful Force user in the galaxy. It's like, come on. You're undercutting Palpatine's achievement. One of the things that made the 6 George Lucas Star Wars movies so great was they wove together to be a movie that the guy's absent from a couple of times because he's not in A New Hope at all. But like, it just kind of turns out that like Palpatine has the only plan that counts. He's like, I have the secret to eternal life. Well, I guess I have plenty of time then. I'm going to have a plan that takes a lifetime to fulfill. And it's just like he's like, so Plagueis baby, what about this like creation of life thing? And he's like, hang on, I want to go stare out of this cave. Give me a break. That thing's not Darth Plagueis. That Gollum like piece of shit is not Darth Plagueis at all. Obi-Wan Kenobi. She looks like that chick from Monsters Inc. that does the paperwork. Oh my god, good one. Yes. Yeah, Leslie played a Star Wars game once, so she has some lore. Exactly. Goofy but good. Let's see. Teague, bad show in the future should be. I'm sorry, my screensaver thing is kicking in, so like I just lost the picture. Bad show in the future should be. Can you see the comment? I'm trying to find it. I lost it. Acolyte 2 and Rings of Power. Oh, that was the Rings of Power too? Yeah, Rings of Power Season 2 is not going to escape our scrutiny. Although on this one, I don't think that after we saw Season 1, we don't have the kind
I haven't seen
I can explain it to you in about 2
Mm-hmm.
minutes. I can explain it to you in about 2 minutes. Season 1 of Rings of Power. Bill, do you know why stones sink and boats float?
They have buoyancy and stones do not.
You know, you would think that, wouldn't you? And I can see how you made that mistake, but no. It's because boats look up towards the sky and stones look only down. What? Yeah, that's how they start their Tolkien show. Nothing that happens in Season 1 matters for shit. This is going to be a string of events, and I think we've rebooted who the characters are, and we're going to walk away from the characters they ruined last season.
And how gay is the Rings of Power? Because Acolyte is by far the most gayest on gay show ever created, ever made.
Acolyte was probably
their budget was more than $180 million. It was like $230 million.
The Acolyte
on a show.
The Acolyte was $750,000 a minute. And I think someone crunched. I figured out that one, but someone crunched Rings of Power to something like Mexican Iron Man crunched Rings of Power to $130,000 a second or something like that. It was that incompetently done. Like they just stole money. Like think about that. Like $130,000 a second. It's fucking insane. It was like millions a minute, but. The thing is, they bloated the runtime. So for a lot of time, like nothing happens. Then they lose track of all of their characters and all of time because they're not keeping track of it. And they can't update you on every faction every week because they created more factions than they can manage and they can't manage any. Mm-hmm. So we just have one female empowerment moment after another. Then this tiny little woman beats up like 8 or 9 men. Like that's the meta of the show. Then they're like, we should go to war because war is good because we're men. And the only cool person on the show is fucking like, he's based on Trump. There's this one guy on Numenor, and I'm trying to remember his name, but he's supposed to be Trump. And he's like, make Numenor great again. And he's got like this big, he's like kind of like underhanded, and he hates Galadriel. And he was like the only character I was able to dig because it was like he totally hated Galadriel. And I'm like, I like this guy, the cut of this guy's jib, because everyone hated Galadriel. Galadriel jumps off a boat in the middle of the ocean and swims away and finds a ship and gets pulled out of the water. Then that ship gets destroyed and she swims away and finds a shipwreck and survives. So, doubling down on the Lost at Sea. I'm like, her bones are hollow. She just floats. It was so much dumber. I'm like, I guess and she wasn't looking up towards the sky. If she had backstroked the whole time, they could have paid that line off. But no, and she swims in like the long gown. Like it's not even a good image. It's weird. One woman's armor was just a t-shirt, and you could tell. And like in episode 7, like they try to bring everything. They try to rectify everything, and they try to rectify it too fast. So what they do is we have a fight by this one faction against the orcs. They're like, we have a castle and X amount of people at our strong point. Only one person can approach at a time. And they're like, let's leave here and we'll go back to our town, which can be attacked from literally any direction and has no fortifications. And they're like, all right, good idea. And the strong woman decides that. They go back to their town and they fight the orcs all night, right? They fight the orcs all night, and it's a bloodbath, and they try to make us feel bad that a couple of people die, and then you think strong woman's gonna die, but she doesn't. And then her boyfriend is Don Lemonolus, the elf, who has like a fade and looks just exactly like Don Lemon. It's hilarious. it was apparent to everyone, but I think I was the first person to say it to Doomcock in the chat because he was like, Admiral Teague, Don Lemonilis, and like he laughed pretty good. So I mean, I'm sticking with that joke. Other people are using it too. It's just obvious. He looks like Don Lemon. The elves are like the Romulan Vulcans from Star Trek Discovery because these are your Star Trek Discovery writers. And that's why when I started my channel, I started with Rings of Power. I'm like, it's these same dicks. So I've watched the interviews. If you think Wesley Headland is bad, wait till you meet these people. No one of them is as bad as her, but there's 3 of them. So they just come after you in a group. It's just like there's no getting away from how horrible they are. What's the OB2 says? I can't even see through the gamuts. See through her gamuts. Oh, you talking about the one who had the T-shirt that was also armor? She's the Queen of Numenor for no reason out of nowhere. She's black, right? Whatever. Okay, that's fine. Like, whatever. But like, she gets attacked. There's a battle that goes wrong. They go charging in to fight the orcs. The show's meta is that the only good people are the orcs, actually. They're being oppressed by the people who want them to stop being so orky. And so, like, basically, like, in the culmination of everything, the Numenorian army charges from night into day, into night, into day, into night, to flashbang the time frame, so you have no idea. Just every time you see this fight at night in the village, we'll cut away randomly to the Numenorians just riding their horses. And the female who plays Galadriel, the woman who plays her, she doesn't have experience, or they set her loose on like an extremely frightening horse. Her face is a mask of horror. She is unable to act in any way, shape, or form. She's terrified. Are you putting something on?
Yeah, just if anybody wants it.
What is it?
You can keep it. It's Captain America Winter Soldier.
I can't go with this one. I've got to punch out when my people are gone. But like,
yeah, I know. No, that's fine.
Yeah, they can stay in the theater. At least end my poll. Let me end my poll here for my channel for a second before we go back. And Carlos, I'll get your comment 1 second. You have 3 more. You have 10 seconds more to vote if the mood strikes you. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Disco, take a breath, pause for porno, and there we go. Because the time between I say it's going to happen and the time it happens, just like not. The buffering is so weird. Okay, so how would you rate tonight's episode? We have interesting outcome. Let me just cut and paste it because I have to transfer the votes via secure method from the chat. All right, here we go. The reviews for episode 7 of House of the Dragon are, according to our audience, A 54%, B 36%, DF 9%. I guess those are people who really love the books. C 0%. So a few people hated it. No one thought it was mid. It was either good or great. 54% A. So I would have been with the A's because it was too good for a B plus, but there was a little bit of weirdness. I agree with this outcome, and I was really happy to be part of it. Remember, this is just already making me sad. I remember when Sam was cool. Make Sam cool again. Make Captain America great.
Yeah,
again.
make Sam again. Yeah.
What the hell happened here?
I don't know. Yeah.
All right, guys. Thanks a lot. Oh wait, I can't. If I delete this, I guess it disappears. I'm trying to like eject from YouTube. I love you guys, by the way.
Oh no, I could end it. Hang on, because I'm not gonna stay live.
Yeah, we should go off the air. You can stay in the theater if you want. Bill and I are gonna chat.
So I'm just gonna say my party words.
Check my member community tab. I might put the pass to hang out in there, but I can't hang out long, so I might not do it. Look at it in like 5 minutes. I'll make the call.
No worries.
I'm talking to my community members. I'm definitely going to hang out one night this week and let you guys hang out with me. I'm going to spend a few hours in my
always
office.
be excellent to each other. Party on.
And we love you. Energize.
We can't wait to see you next week for the season finale of House of Dragon season 2. We'll be here same time, same channels. Have a great night, folks.
Join us for the Targaryens doth fight and fuck.
Later.
Bye.